While you normally upgrade your weapon with materials you get by playing the main story, for the final upgrade you need to find something different. In this video I will tell you how to upgrade your weapon, but of course this video will contain spoilers for the end game. So if you don't want to see it, come back later. You still here? Okay then, let's take a look at the final upgrades for your two weapons in this video. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's start with the final upgrade for your Blades of Chaos, since there are actually some skills hidden behind this final upgrade. While with the Leviathan Axe we are of course looking at a level 6 upgrade, so no new skills, but still an upgrade in 15 strength. While with the Blades of Chaos you get 15 extra runic. So I already touched on the Muspelheim realm in my video about the fire armor set, since you can get those armor pieces from the challenges in that realm. Well, the material you need to upgrade your Blades of Chaos is from the vinyl challenge you will find there. And this against a Valkyrie boss that can be a pain, especially if you are not a high level. I was level 7 when I took her on and I still had some trouble. I will share some tips on how to kill her a little later in this video, but first, before you can reach her, you need to complete all the arenas, and I already shared tips on arena 1 to 4 in my fire armor video, so I thought it was also nice to share some quick tips on arena 5 that you need to complete in order to reach the Valkyrie in arena 6. For the first challenge in arena 5, it's all about killing enemies to extend the time that is running down, so I would focus on the easy to kill enemies first, and then in the first round turn to the knight. For the second round, first focus on the nightmares and then on the other enemies. I use the arrows from my son to kill the nightmares off pretty easily, and for the final round you want to kill the other enemies first as well, and then keep throwing your axe on the weak spot of the ancient and you should kill it off pretty easily. The final challenge can be tricky. Here you can't be hit, so I threw my axe a lot at the incoming enemies and also used the shock arrows from Atreus to stun them. In the second round there will be ranged enemies. Again, use the arrows from your son and also the axe to kill them off pretty easily. Stand against the wall so no enemies are in the back shooting projectiles at you while you hold your shield up, and then for the final round again throw your axe a lot of times, use the stun from your son and you should be fine. Getting into the rage mode will of course also help during this challenge. And then you're at the final challenge, Gondol. So like I said, I was level 7 when I reached this challenge, actually had the mist armor equipped for this fight. I got a video up on this armor as well that you can watch by clicking on the screen. And since Gondol is a fire Valkyrie, using your frost abilities is extremely powerful. I used the axe at all times and focused on hitting my Wrath of the Frost Agent rune that I fully upgraded. If you don't have this rune yet, you can get it from the side quest Vanir's Hoard in a room filled with some water. There's a chest there, open it to get the rune. And I also used the River of Knives rune that you get as part of the main story missions. So first engage, and then Gondol will dodge away, but he will come to you, and then I used my ice beam to damage her a ton. Use your son's shock arrows in the meantime as well. She has this pattern where she will first create fire on the ground and then after that jump up, and then you want to run or dodge at the right time. Holding your shield will not work because then she will jump on you and deal a ton of damage. I found out that running away was the easiest way to ignore this ability, because if you do not dodge at the right time, she will still jump on you and deal a ton of damage. As for when she is in the air, you can use shock arrows to bring her down, so that's really nice. And of course don't stand in the fire. And she also has this attack where she will fly up and then charge some sort of shock wave. Here you want to stand as far away from her because then you can dodge it, otherwise it will even go through your shield. So yes, focus on your rune cooldowns, make sure that you can do them in front of her. You can also use your son's attacks to sort of trap her and then use the beam so she cannot get away. And maybe a little bit obvious, but a resurrection stone to get back on your feet when you die is of course also really needed. I hope that with these tips you can take her out, because then you get the Raging Inferno Muspelheim item that you can then take to the shop to buy the Chaos Flame in the resource section. And here we'll see the Frozen Flame as well, and that is of course needed to upgrade your Leviathan Axe. And for that item, you need the Chilling Mist of Nilfheim. So obviously, you can get this material in the realm Nilfheim. Here you will find a chest that requires 5000 Mist Echoes in order to open it. But first, you need to complete Ivaldi's workshop, that side quest where you simply have to retrieve 500 Mist Echoes. And if you're not familiar with how the Mist system works, is that you will see a timer that goes down all the time, and in that time you want to retrieve as much loot as possible, but you only get it if you get out of the mist without dying, because if you die, you lose all the loot you got during your run. So that is what you want to do, get some echoes and then return to the start of the realm, to the shop, to get them in your inventory. For the first 500 echoes, you can easily just go to the beginning area, kill those enemies, loot the chest, get out of the mist, and do this over and over again till you got the 500. And they can return to the dwarf, then go to the workshop that is like also in the beginning area, and here you will find a ton of chests that you can loot for some nice rewards. And in this area there will be some locked chests as well, but you want to open this one, and then you get the material you need to bring back to the shop to buy the frozen flame to upgrade your axe to the final level. But yeah, getting the 5000 Mist Echoes is easier said than done. I recommend that you choose your fights wisely. Of course, get to a nice level as well. When you are level 6 or level 7, it will be way easier to get these echoes than if you are a lower level. But even if you are level 7, it's smart to think, can I take on these enemies, and otherwise just skip them, because there are a ton of ways to get the Mist Echoes without engaging in a fight. Most of the times in the parts where you have to dodge the traps, there will be a treasure in the middle of that. There will also be a chest in the sort of middle area of the mist with a lot of echoes, and here you have to hit the bells fast after each other. Do the most difficult bell first and then switch to the ones that are easier to hit to then open the chest, because of course you don't want to like spend a lot of time here because the timer is running down as well. And totally return when you think, okay, I got enough and I already like completed sort of the beginning areas of the mist, because if you take too much risk, you will end up with nothing. And you can better do that when you are at a higher level, because then you can take on the enemies pretty easily. I got both the 5000 echoes and the Blade of Chaos upgrade when wearing the Mist armor, so totally check out that video on a more in-depth look at that set, how you can get it, etc. Subscribe for way more God of War tips and tricks, update videos and more. Drop a like to support the channel, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.